Okay, perfect. So welcome everybody. Today we will be talking about one of our biggest releases for this year. This is a new product that we're launching that I know that everybody is going to be is going to enjoy and going to find it useful in their everyday business or as an option for your customers as well. So today we will be talking about VitalPBX One. Before we continue, my name is Joseph Montes. So if you do not know me, I am channel manager for VitalPBX. I am the guy that tries to answer your emails on time. So we might have spoken a little bit in the past. So what is VitalPBX One? You might have seen it on our website already. We had a little mishap last week where VitalPBX One was our main page. So a lot of you have already seen it, and maybe you spoke with us during the IT Expo this year, which was 2 weeks ago. So we have spoken about VitalPBX One a little bit, but today we will go a little bit more in detail about what it is. So VitalPBX One is a new way to license VitalPBX. So this is not replacing our licensing plans, our current licensing plans and individual plans, individual licenses for add-ons will continue to exist. They are not going away. So this is still part of VitalPBX as it is. We're just adding a new way that you can license VitalPBX. So what does VitalPBX One include? It includes everything. Sorry, is that a little small? It includes everything. So this means that it includes Sonata Suite, it includes Vixi, it includes VitalPBX Connect, it includes SMS and WhatsApp, it includes the Microsoft Teams connector add-on module, it includes all commercial add-on modules. So you're able to have all of the commercial features with one single license. Now, how does it work? Let's take a look into that. So this is the VitalPBX One landing page. I'll make sure that my team is able to share this with you through the chat. So if my team is able to share that with you, if not, I will share it with you in just 1 second so you can see it as well. So here you're able to choose your to learn a little bit more about VitalPBX One, but here more importantly, you're able to purchase the VitalPBX One licensing. You can choose between monthly or yearly options. And what does VitalPBX One does? This is, you can see it basically as our licensing by extension option. And this way, you do not need to worry if it includes a certain feature. You just make sure that everything is included, and you simply tell us the number of extensions that you need. So let me make this a little bit bigger so you can see it better. So in this case, we have here 125 extensions. This is running for this price here for $95 per month, or yearly $950. You get VitalPBX One, and this will take you through the checkout process. So with this, once you're able to, once you purchase your VitalPBX One license, you will receive your license key. You will be able to register it on your VitalPBX instance, and you will see that all of your add-ons are registered. We're still releasing any update for Sonata Dialer for it to accept it, but it licenses everything. It licenses everything, including the VitalPBX Connect meaning that all of the extensions for this all of the extensions for for um, for this plan, for this VitalPBX One plan, are able to use VitalPBX Connect, which previously you had to purchase a separate subscription just for the number of VitalPBX Connect, which is our mobile application for iOS and Android. You had to purchase a separate subscription just for the number of users that you wanted to use those that application. Now everything is in just one license. Since you already told us how many extensions you are going to have on this system, you're going to be able to use this application with every single one of the users. Similarly, this also includes multi-tenancy, as that is one of our greatest hits, one of the best add-on modules that we offer. So the number of extensions here are not necessarily just for one system. You have a fully licensed multi-tenancy support. So you're able to use this with a multi-tenant environment. So you can divide this number of extensions between different tenants, and all of those extensions, all of these users that you create are going to be able to use every single feature that comes with VitalPBX. You do not need to worry if anything is included or not. Okay. It's very simple. You get the license, you register that license, and your add-ons are licensed after. And it's very easy to upgrade. So if you purchase from the VitalPBX website, you can go to your VitalPBX account, and you're able to upgrade the number of extensions that are that come with that license. You simply reactivate that license, and you will be able to have more extensions that will be able to use everything inside of VitalPBX. So let's get this a little bit into perspective. How does VitalPBX One compare to our competitors? So as you might know, usually how VitalPBX differentiated is that we didn't have a by extension model for our licensing, but VitalPBX One is now a by extension model that will compare with different competitors that offer that sort of option. But there are some differences that we believe that are key into differentiating VitalPBX One with how some or all of our competitors adjust to this. So they will usually limit you by simultaneous calls, while VitalPBX One does not limit you by simultaneous calls, meaning that if you have the lowest one of 25 extensions, all of those 25 extensions are able to be on a call, be it through a trunk, be it with each other. We do not limit you by simultaneous calls. Additionally, our competitors usually limit you to an annual commitment. Meanwhile, with VitalPBX One, there are monthly options available. So just to put some numbers into this, let's evaluate with some extensions, with some number of extensions that would be here. So let's start with the lowest one with 25 extensions. This one is one of the rare ones that does not have a monthly option. It'll run you for $225 per year, compared to our competitors' pricing, which will be $265 per year. But keep in mind that these are the starting prices. Some of our competitors will upcharge you for additional features that VitalPBX One already includes. So and they will also give you the concurrent call limitations. to about 20 or 30% of the number of users or extensions. So if you have 25 users, they usually will give you only around 8 concurrent calls, which can be a little bit limiting and obligate you to upgrade to a new tier, even though if you might not need it. So for 125 extensions, we start to have the monthly options available, as we saw, $95 per month or $950 per year, while our competitors will start charging you $1,795 per year. And once again, this is not even the enterprise or the highest tier of features that they can offer you. This is we're giving them a little bit of slack and a little bit of chance by giving their starting prices for this number of users or extensions. They will start charging you this amount approximately. They usually are very volatile with their pricing. For 250 extensions, we run for $350 per month, or $3,500 per year, while the competition starts going to the 4,000s per year. And then if we go all the way up to 1,000, we give you this monthly option of 1,400 and or 14,000 per year, but still the competition will start charging you 16,000 and above. And once again, this is with limitation on the number of concurrent calls, and it's limiting in features, as these do not include these a lot of the features that we include with VitalPBX, including the multi-tenancy or Microsoft Teams, among other features that we will see in just one moment. So with those prices, what more can the VitalPBX One license give me? And this is a little sneak peek into the future. With Vixi, what we call Vixi Inbox for SMS and WhatsApp. So what this brings us, it brings us a truly unified communications contact center solution with Vixi for SMS and WhatsApp messages. So with this, we are able to create groups of agents inside of Vixi that are assigned a campaign or a DID number for SMS and WhatsApp messages. So all of the members within this group will be able to see this see these conversations. They are able to participate in these conversations. Your supervisor can reassign the agents to this conversation, or whisper to the agents directly with a private note. So this is basically queues for SMS and WhatsApp messages, making Vixi now truly omni-channel solution that will continue to grow in features. This is one of the most requested features for Vixi or for VitalPBX as a whole, to be able to have this ability of having a group of agents to respond to the same conversation, giving you more options that will expand the features that usually you would need a separate application just for this that will charge you per user as well. And this will come included with VitalPBX One. So we will be having more information about this in the future. Please stay tuned to our communication channels for more information. And I know that a lot of you will be very excited to see this. Have already seen it working. It's pretty awesome. What you will be able to do. Hopefully very soon we will have another webinar or special video showcasing this feature alone. But it's not over yet. The VitalPBX webinar, I'm sure that a lot of you have a lot of questions. I can already see that on the Q&A section. But you will continue to see my lovely face as we're inviting you to see us next week as we will have a new webinar going through the AI applications and new AI modules that we're introducing inside of VitalPBX. So you will be able to learn a little bit more about the AI capabilities that we're introducing to VitalPBX. We have already published some blog articles inside of inside of our communication channels, such as social media and our newsletter. So you might have already had a sneak peek into these new features. But we will have a new webinar next week, same time, through once again through Zoom, and we will be doing it on March 7th. So just 1 week from now. Let me share that link with all of you guys so you can register. Okay, so I'll share it with you through the chat. Okay, perfect. So with this, you should be able to register using that form. It'll be a similar form as you did to register for this webinar. I know that a lot of you have some burning questions, so let's move to that. Starting with, let me scroll from down to up, starting with Mr. Boujeli. You're asking what will happen to our current plan that will end in 6 months, the Enterprise Pro. You have an annual subscription in that case. Once again, none of the current licensing plans will disappear. You can continue to use them. You can subscribe to new licensing plans for the Carrier Plus, Enterprise, Call Center. All of those will continue to exist as they are, and they will continue to work as they have always done. This is just a new option that you will have for your business and for your customers. So these will continue to exist. Let me see. There are more questions. We get the question advantages for partners. So once again, if you're a partner with VitalPBX, you will be able to get a discount price over all the MSRP pricing that we have on our website. Once again, you must be able to fulfill the requirements for a partner, which are to be able to keep 2 or more active subscriptions or the equivalent in monthly individual licenses for the commercial modules. Once again, your partner discount will apply up to the 30% mark for the VitalPBX One licensing plan. Then we have another question that says, is VitalPBX One basically the same as the Carrier Plus plan, but it's cheaper until you hit that 250 extension mark? Then it's cheaper to get the Carrier Plus, correct? This one was anonymous, so I cannot thank their name. But it will depend on the specific situation that you will have. Mostly will be if you're offering the VitalPBX Connect application, for example. With the Carrier Plus, it is a separate subscription. So if you go over 250, you will see that VitalPBX One would still be cheaper. If you add the Carrier Plus subscription plus the number of VitalPBX Connect users, you will see that VitalPBX One is a cheaper option and a more manageable option that you know that you will have everything without worrying about that, about missing any features or cherry picking what you want to use. You basically just have everything compared to the other plans. Does this license replace our Carrier Plus license? Once again, no. This is not. We're not eliminating any of the other licensing plans that we have to offer. Those will continue to work as they have up to now, and they will continue to work. So in the future, there's no changes to that, and you can continue to acquire more of these licenses if you see them more favorable for you. They are still available for you to use. Then also, if we're utilizing multi-tenant, do we have to calculate the total extensions of the PBX, or can we apply the licensing per tenant? You will need to calculate the number of extensions total for the PBX. You for example, you can start if you have a couple of tenants that all of them amount up to 200 extensions. You can start with a VitalPBX One plan for 200 extensions and divide those between the different tenants. And then you can easily upgrade to more extensions if any of the tenants require more users. It looks like you're comparing to 3CX. Is this a competitor used for the competitor? It is one of the main competitors for the comparison. But we have also compared to other brands such as Bicom and PBX Act, where we see that VitalPBX One is still running in a more affordable manner with this with similar or even more features included. Can I start using less than 125 extensions in monthly payment? No, the 125 extensions is the lowest one for the number of monthly payments, which will run you for $95 per month. And then if you go lower than that, for example, the lowest one being 25 users, that will just be available for yearly options, and you will need to use the yearly pricing for that one. From 25 up to 75 extensions, these ones only have annual options, and then from 125 users and up, the monthly options are available. But if you divide 225 in 12, you get $18.75. So it'll be the equivalent of $18.75 US dollars per month if you do the 225 for 25 extensions in a year. Can we migrate from Carrier Plus to VitalPBX One? No, it is not possible to migrate directly, to just change your license, to make your license from Carrier Plus to VitalPBX One. What you would need to do is cancel that Carrier Plus license and acquire a new VitalPBX One, and just revoke that older Carrier Plus license from your VitalPBX installation and apply the VitalPBX One license. Don't worry, whenever you're revoking licenses, the configurations are never lost. So revoking licenses or changing licenses does not eliminate any configurations. If you take the $95 a month plan, but only use 50 extensions, that is fine. That would be completely fine, but you can also choose to do it only by 50. That one will run for $500 US a year. So you can subscribe as low as 50 extensions as well. Remember, the lowest one is 25. If you purchase a yearly option but want to upgrade for more extensions midway, how would that work? Once again, you will be able to do it directly through your account on VitalPBX.com. You will be able to go to your subscriptions and upgrade the plan from there, as showed you earlier. You will be able to update the subscription and add more extensions, and the total will accommodate to that. This includes SIP trunk, or do we need to bring our own SIP trunk plan? Once again, with VitalPBX, there is no need to. We do not provide you with any SIP trunks or any numbers or phone lines. It's always bring your own SIP trunk to VitalPBX, as VitalPBX is a truly self-hosted solution that you can host on your own data centers and virtual machines or dedicated hardware, as well as VPS providers like Amazon AWS, Google Cloud, DigitalOcean, Vultr, among many others. What is the discount percent for partners? So, as I mentioned earlier, the discount percent for partners that are part of the partners program will be of 30% for everyone. Those of us in carrier license will get the Vixi SMS as well, or will it be separate? So if you want to use the inbox feature, you will need to move to a VitalPBX One license, as it'll be available for the VitalPBX One license only. Okay, let me see if there are any other questions. Yeah, comparing to 3CX, yeah, I already answered that one. That is one of the competitors that we used in our comparison. Okay. Does this license replace our Carrier Plus license? If so, can we just replace the license on our current license on the existing PBX, or will we need to create a new PBX instance? Once again, this is a license key similar to any of our licensing plans or licensing for add-ons. So you can simply revoke the older licensing plan and register this new one. Okay. Then we have had a hard time selling as a partner with the previous licensing. If we start selling the One product, or the VitalPBX One, could we reset our time to acquire the 2 customers to maintain our partner status? Sure. We can give you that consideration. No problem. Thanks to you, Mr. Sprouse, for being eager to learn. I would like to regain partner status as I lost focus between version 3 and 4. Can I do this with VitalPBX One? Sure. If you have, you mentioned that you have previously lost the partner status because of the low activity or no activity. You can just reapply to become a partner, and we'll go through the process once again to become a partner, and you will be able to to purchase VitalPBX One licenses, and these will count as your subscriptions required to retain your partner status. So if we already have a Carrier Plus license with multiple tenants already established, all we have to do is revoke the license and then reapply the VitalPBX One license, correct? That is correct. Your configurations for the different tenants will continue. What you might need to do is with VitalPBX Connect, establish how many Connect devices that tenant can use. I believe that would be the only difference, as this is still a separate field in the multi-tenant environment. Also, is this for version 4 only, or will this apply to version 3 too? This is for version 4 of VitalPBX only. Version 3 is very near its end of life, as we have mentioned in the past. Version 3 is going end of life, no longer be supported with no new updates. It is based on CentOS, and CentOS is reaching its end of life completely. No new versions are being available, and with VitalPBX 4, we moved over to Debian, and VitalPBX 4 is the one that applies to it. What is the difference between the partner program and Carrier Plus program? So with VitalPBX, we have a partners program if you're new to our environment. So with the VitalPBX partners program, you're able to get access to the partners portal and be able to purchase VitalPBX products at a discount price. So you're able to resell them with a profit margin. So this is basically a reseller program that we have for you if you want to provide licenses to your customers. VitalPBX One, what customer is focused? So it'll depend on the different situations, but I believe that this type of licensing will apply to different industries. It's not just for one specific type of customer. I believe that it'll greatly benefit the our carrier type partners, where they will be able to offer everything, and knowing the budget that they will need to manage. So you will be able to resell VitalPBX with the multi-tenant environment, and be able to make use of all of the commercial features. So about the license yesterday, tested it, and is the best. Perfect. I'm grateful that you're happy with VitalPBX and our commercial products. Is there an NFR available to learn the product? So with VitalPBX, you can install all of the commercial modules and use all of their features for a limited amount of time. For an unlimited amount of time. The only limitation when you do not have a license for any commercial module will be the number of items that you can create within these commercial modules. Is there an academy for certification? Is there a cost to these certifications? So in terms of becoming certified with VitalPBX, we do have a Udemy course. Let me share that with you, and let me explain this in detail. So we do have a course with a lot of videos that I have made Myself, right now, we're currently in production of updating it to version 4. I have written the manual from the ground up in a more comprehensive manner. So we have already uploaded this manual to our new wiki that has all the documentation. For VitalPBX, I'm sharing, sorry, all of these links are being sent in private. So let me share this once again. So there's the course link, and then here is the wiki. So we have written for version 4 everything from the ground up, and we're currently producing all of the videos. It's over 100 videos of for the new course, and if you're already part of the Udemy course, you will receive this update as part of that course, no additional charge. In terms of certifications, we're planning to be holding once again certification events throughout the year that will include this course, and live meetings through Zoom as well. So you will be able to ask us any technical questions during the certification process. Please stay tuned to our newsletter and social media channels. Then we have another question saying, what if you do not want them to have all the features? Does this mean every extension has to count toward this license? So for this, you can still limit what a tenant and tenant administrator or tenant users has access to. This can be perfectly limited to the tenants. No problem. You can still use the Carrier Plus licensing plan and just purchase the number of VitalPBX Connect users that you're planning to use. But if your customers require more features, the VitalPBX One will allow you to offer all of those features without worrying about having them or not, or purchasing additional licensing just for additional features. Okay. Ms. Fernanda, I'm glad that you were able to assist, and thank you for coming. Next question, how do you handle backup systems at a different data center? Well, this is a little bit out of focus, but handling backups with VitalPBX, you can generate backup and mount a different file system or network attached storage to where the backup files are located, and use that on different data center. If you're talking about high availability, the current environments, so we have not tested them in different geolocations. I believe that our Proxmox article will allow you to do that a little bit easier, as I believe that Proxmox nodes can be installed in multiple geolocations, and you can have another network attached storage server located somewhere else, accessible through the network or through the internet, and you will be able to have those different Proxmox nodes available for you to handle the high availability for you. So the virtual machine will just be moving between those nodes. Let me share the article through the chat. Mark, I'm glad that you have enjoyed today's webinar, and I'm glad that it has been useful information for you. Mr. Oliver, let me check why that might be the case with your listing. That surely has to be an error between migration of websites. Will HA ever be available between two data center sites? I cannot say never. I cannot say when this will be available. We're always doing research into this. We have even done some research into using Asterisk in real time or other platforms that might allow us to do this. This is still something that we are currently researching and we're currently working on to be able to do it in the future. Are there any other questions? I can see that I have gone through the whole Q&A and through the chat. Okay, no more questions. Okay, let's see. Give you some time. Okay, show the licensing module where you can see the number of extensions and items that you have available. Okay. So if we go to VitalPBX here, come to reports, PBX reports, and licensing usage. Here you can see some information about this specific license. I do not want to leak the testing license that we use, but rest assured, if we have this information available here, we are using the VitalPBX One license on this demo server. But here you can see the number of allowed items that we have for a number of extensions, used items, tenants. This is just for reference for the number of allowed tenants that we can have to distribute all of these extensions. And then Microsoft Teams, once again, you're able to contact up to 25 communication channels between Microsoft Teams users. Let's see. Purchasing the extensions on VitalPBX One. Will this be per tenant or combined? This will be combined. So these number of extensions that we see here, must be distributed between all of the different tenants that we create. Do any of the commercial modules have iOS and Android calling apps for remote connections? Yes, this is one of the greatest options for VitalPBX One, where you're able to use the VitalPBX Connect application for all of these extensions. So you're able to have VitalPBX Connect for every single extension on your system. Okay, so rest assured, all of these extensions have access to the iOS and Android application called VitalPBX Connect. And this has push notifications. We have made a webinar in the past about this application alone, or part of an update to VitalPBX. And you can find a video of it on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/VitalPBX. And speaking of our YouTube channel, once again, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And recording of this webinar will be published to our YouTube channel as linked in the chat right now. Perfect. So if there are no other questions, I think we will leave it to here. I hope that everybody has been as excited as we are to be able to announce this new product, this new licensing option for all of you. That includes everything, and you are able to acquire it today. So it's already released. Yeah, you can use it at this time. So I hope that everybody had a great time here today on the webinar, and that I was able to answer all of your questions. Let me know if you have any additional questions by sending us an email to sales@vitalpbx.com. I will try to respond. I'm a little bit backlogged there, but I will try to respond as soon as possible and be able to answer all of your questions. Thank you very much, Russ. Thank you very much, Mr. Sigis. Appreciate all of your kind words. So thank you all for coming today, and we'll see you next time.